My name is Seth, and I own Sorrel, the easiest way to buy life insurance. This is my official proposal for funding. The business I'm seeking funding for is a financial tech company based in the life insurance industry. Due to the nature of a technology company and the current stage of my business, this proposal is geared towards friends and angel investors. I need people who are willing to invest in me, the entrepreneur, as much as they're willing to invest in the business plan. I've spent 2 years refining this plan, and I sincerely believe that this proposal is a roadmap for creating the best job in America. Thanks in advance for your time and consideration. First, an overview of what the proposal will cover. A look at the independent life insurance industry, my experience with life insurance, how COVID is changing the industry, why I'm building this company, reasons I expect to succeed, revenue streams, growth opportunities, risk assessment, funds requested, how the money will be used, and repayment options. Let's take a look at the independent life insurance industry. There's very little training or technology to help independent agents or brokers succeed in this industry. To start out, agents are given a generic phone script or told to find one themselves, and then they're encouraged to spend $1,000 to $2,000 a week buying leads and then start dialing for dollars. New agents are encouraged to start with cheap leads, which have already been called multiple times by other agents. This generally leads to a lot of angry phone calls and poor conversion rates. Agents will spend 2 days calling leads trying to book in-home presentations for the third day. If they succeed, they'll spend the third day driving to all of these appointments, hoping to close half of them. Typically, the cycle will be repeated twice, and then the agent will take a day off and start all over again. Because agents are encouraged to buy so many leads, the old ones are never called again, and then eventually resold to a new agent. This results in agents wasting thousands of dollars and potential life insurance customers being harassed for months. This industry is totally dependent on leads, but quality leads can be expensive and they're just not available in many areas. Over 90% of agents leave the industry within the first 2 years because of this lack of training or lack of access to quality leads. Let me explain my experience in this industry and how I know all these things. I first got licensed in 2016 with what I now know as one of the worst agencies in the industry, but it introduced me to commissions. To start out, I was spending 90-hour weeks in a hotel room, trying to memorize a mediocre script and booking appointments for the other agents. 1 week after booking too many appointments, I was forced to go sit with these clients without even knowing what products I had to offer. I made $1,500 that first day, and that's with some of the lowest commissions in the industry. Even so, I quit a week later because of the unethical practices and the lack of resources to succeed. But after losing my job to COVID, I came back to the industry and realized how much it was changing because of the pandemic. Let's look at how life insurance is changing because of COVID. Because of the pandemic, nobody wanted to allow agents into their home, so carriers have been switching to digital contracts. This opens up significantly more options for agents to work remotely. And with all of these new options came the opportunity for a new sales process. So, what does this sales process look like? I have been creating educational content in the forms of blogs and videos. When a potential client requests information about life insurance through a social media post or through paid advertising, they will immediately start receiving this educational content through a text message system. This content is designed to provide a client with enough information to make an informed decision about life insurance without ever having to talk with a broker. Whenever the client's ready for a quote, they can reach out to their designated broker and schedule an appointment. Let's talk about why I'm building this business. With the system that I've created, I think life insurance can provide the best job in America. Life insurance fits some specific business principles that I'm trying to implement, and I think these features are going to be very appealing to a lot of other people. They include working remotely, setting your own schedule, being paid for your ability, unlimited earning potential, low overhead, and no employees. This is a sales business for high-ticket digital products. That means there's no inventory, no shipping, and the profit margins are massive. I recognize that lead generation is also a huge opportunity that follows these same principles. Next, let's talk about the reasons I expect to succeed. Very few independent life insurance brokers apply solid business principles. Very few brokerages incorporate the newest technologies. Most of them have no systems or training for new agents. There is no systems to store clients' information. They rarely prospect a client more than once. They usually don't nurture existing clients, nor are they focused on referrals. Generating my own leads will be another area that's key to success in this industry. I have created a proprietary automated sales system based on well-known sales tactics and funnels. The sales process is fueled by exclusive leads generated in-house. This system eliminates 80% of the time normally spent on the sales process, and the other 20% has been systematized and standardized. I have templates, systems, scripts, and technologies for every aspect of the sales process. All a broker needs to do is follow this system and they will be successful. The leads that I'm creating are designed specifically for this system, and this system will nurture these leads immediately, which is very important for high conversion rates. Another reason I expect to succeed is because of the CRM that I've programmed. This software already incorporates all of the industry's leading technologies. Plus, the workflows that nurture all of these leads live within the CRM. This system stores all of the client's information for future use. It can automate reminders for policy reviews or birthdays. Plus, it allows me to schedule my social media posts. My social media presence will also be a huge factor in my success in this industry. I'm developing something I call a social media funnel. This is a lead generation system that leverages our contents on all social media platforms. My whole social media funnel is based on what I'm calling the smarter social media system. This is a scientific method of testing every variable of a social media post in order to discover a great paid marketing campaign. Next, let's talk about revenue sources. This CRM is a multi-marketed product, which means I can use it myself to produce, I can give it to my brokers and make commissions off them, or I can license it to outside brokers or agencies, plus selling them lead bundles. Within insurance, I can make commissions myself using my systems, or I can make commissions off of the brokers working in my business. Here's an idea of how much a broker can make in this industry. Using my system, if they're able to sell a policy every other day, they'll be able to take 2 months off a year and still make over 6 figures. And as a brokerage owner, I expect to make at least 10% off of all of my brokers. Let's talk about revenue from technology. I plan on licensing my CRM for $500 a month when it's fully operational. And until then, I plan on licensing it for $100 a month. I'll be selling leads in packages of $1,000 a month. I'll also be offering niche marketing packages for a one-time purchase plus ad spend. Other revenue sources would be ad revenue from our social media platforms or the sale of digital products, such as our SOPs, templates, or courses. Next, let's talk about growth opportunities. Eventually, we'll be incorporating other types of insurance, including annuities, Medicare, health, and property and casualty, eventually becoming a full-service business insurance brokerage. Once our systems are refined, I plan on translating all of our content to Spanish. This will open up a whole demographic of clients and give a really special niche to our agents. Eventually, I think franchising our brokerage will be an option. I believe purchasing other brokerages is also a great growth option. Many of these systems would easily transfer to other types of agencies, including lawyers and financial advisors. Creating an independent marketing organization or a field marketing organization may hold the best growth potential for this industry. Let's talk about the risk assessment. As far as social media, it's easy to have an advertising profile paused, which can stop all of your income. Changing trends can make marketing campaigns less effective. You could have your reputation attacked. Legally, you could violate marketing laws or telesales restrictions. You could be sued by an employee, a competitor, or a client. Let's look at the risk that comes with contractors. Poor quality work, not meeting deadlines, quitting, claiming intellectual property, sabotaging the system, stealing the system. Risk from competition. Many people recognize this industry is moving to remote sales. There are many people trying to come up with similar automated systems. They may try to steal my system. Now, let's talk about funds requested. I'm looking for 3 $25,000 loans. 1 loan for each of the 3 phases. The reason I'm asking for 3 different loans is because this provides flexibility. Plus, this provides accountability to ensure that the capital is being spent as planned. I've tried to be very conservative in my estimates, which means things can move a lot quicker than I've planned. But this is a large project that's new to everybody involved. 3 different payments for 3 different phases forces check-ins and collaborations if needed. Next, let's talk about how the money will be used. Phase 1, running marketing plan that's already been created. Refine that marketing campaign for lead generation. Finish programming the CRM. Finalize the social media funnel. This includes creating posts educating people on our software and recruiting brokers. This is when we will be implementing the smarter social media system. I've been documenting this process for the last 2 years, and we need to work through all of that old content. We will develop the SOPs and templates for Phase 2 hiring. I will start recording the EI Approach audiobook. Goals of Phase 1. Prove that I can repeatedly acquire customers for under $150 through paid advertising. If I can do that, that's more than a 500% return. Once that's accomplished, this system is essentially self-sustaining. We need to get our CRM system 100% ready for internal use and ready for licensing. That means we need to have our onboarding process complete. By the end of phase 1, I want to be creating 5 new pieces of content for social media every day. Phase 2, establish workflow for new content creation. Launch paid advertisement for broker recruitment. Launch paid advertisement for CRM and lead sales. Hire research assistant. Hire social media assistant. Hire YouTube/video assistant. Phase 2 goals, cut customer acquisition costs in half. Hire 10 brokers. Generate 1 lead a day for every broker in the company. Get 4 people paying at least $1,000 a month in leads. Establish a weekly topic research and content creation process. Post 10 pieces of new content on social media every day. Phase 3, cut customer acquisition costs in half. Again, refine processes. Increase ad spend. Rebuild website. Develop new marketing campaigns. Phase 3 goals, get 30 brokers/CRM users. Have 5 leads a day for each broker. Be selling an additional $1,000 in leads a week, every week. Implement weekly research and content creation process for both brands. Post 15 to 20 pieces of new content every day on social media. I think it's really important for investors to understand that if I'm able to accomplish even one of the main goals from phase 1, which is marketing or hiring, that alone will allow me to pay back the money that I'm asking for. And if I'm able to accomplish any of the main goals from phase 3, I should be able to repay this loan in a very short period of time. So let's talk about my ideal situation. The money is to be borrowed on a straight interest basis, meaning it doesn't compound. So if it's 10%, I'll owe you 10% of what I borrowed in a certain period of time. That's because I don't want the anxiety of compounding interest controlling my decisions at the beginning of building this business. Ideally, I wouldn't start paying this loan back until phase 3 is completed. I can't cripple my business by taking profits away and not reinvesting in the beginning. I've put everything I own and then some into this business, which means I have nothing for collateral. But I understand there has to be some incentive to loan this money. I would like to collateralize this loan with temporary equity in the business, which would be repurchased with profits as the business grows, but not until a certain percentage is reinvested into the company. And there would need to be a limit to the amount of money that would be repaid per month. If needed, I would be willing to collateralize any profits from future business endeavors. Like I said at the beginning, this proposal is geared towards friends and angel investors. I understand that I'm asking for some very favorable conditions, but this is just the position that I'm at, and if I don't ask, I'll never receive. That concludes my proposal for funding for Sorrel, the easiest way to buy life insurance. I sincerely appreciate all of your time and consideration. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.